Biden's daughter was moving from a friend's home in 2020, and she left behind some personal items, including her diary. They were found by a woman who, along with a friend, sold them to the conservative activist group Project Veritas.
Born in 1981, Biden spent a great deal of time at her father's side when he hit the campaign trail in his days as a U.S. Senator. Ashley Biden reportedly remains a devoted member of her unique and high-profile political family. The Biden family is a close one. It's no surprise then that Biden's family loyalty and admiration of her father would lead to her endorsing him for president.
The role of first daughter is one without a guidebook or rules. You don't run for election.
Right.
How do you see that playing out for you?
Hopefully use this platform to advocate for mental health. I do hope to bring awareness and education to some topics, subjects that are, really important.
So on Wednesday,
Yes.
when you were standing in front of the Capitol next to your parents,
Yeah.
what do you think will be going through your mind?
So proud. So proud of Dad.
He'll beam with pride every time you succeed.
Welcome back to the show. This is Anna, and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. As a reminder, a great way that you can support the channel is by becoming a Patreon member. There are a lot of videos available already, and it's just $3 a month to get access to all of those, plus every monthly video to come. Well, the link will be on the website in the description. Thank you so much in advance to anyone who decides to support in that way, and now let's get all the way into today's video. Florida pair plead guilty in theft of Biden's daughter's diary. Two Florida residents pleaded guilty in federal court in Manhattan on Thursday to stealing a diary and other belongings of President Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley Biden, and selling them to conservative group Project Veritas in the final weeks of the 2020 election. Amy Harris and Robert Kurlander admitted they took part in a conspiracy to transport stolen materials from Florida, where Ashley Biden had been living, to New York, where Project Veritas has its headquarters. Prosecutors said Kurlander agreed as part of a plea deal to cooperate with the Justice Department's investigation into how the diary was acquired by Project Veritas, whose deceptive operations against liberal groups and traditional news organizations made it a favorite of former President Donald Trump. Dun 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 dun! So that is pretty interesting. Of course, the DOJ didn't have much time or interest or resources or whatever it was to look into the accomplices of Epstein and Maxwell. I guess that just wasn't a big enough deal. But they have been able to put in a good 2 years of effort to hunt down and prosecute the people who exposed what was written in what is said to have been Ashley Biden's diary. Which seems like it could possibly be rather incriminating for the big guy. If you didn't know, the entire 122 pages of Ashley's diary is available online for anyone to read at a website called National File. I spent some time reading some of it earlier today, and it was pretty interesting. Let's take a look together, shall we? So she said, I want to imagine a different, or rather more fulfilled life for myself. It definitely involves sobriety. So this is making it clear that she had an issue with staying sober. And she says, it involves true letting go, surrender, emotionally and spiritually on my knees, which I thought was actually pretty cool. I also found it interesting that on January 28, 2019, she wrote, I am grateful for my father. So just hold on to that for a moment. Here, around the same time frame, she says, the first night we were going to meet, I didn't call you, and as I was walking home, let you know that I didn't think it was a good idea, but I gave in and we met. And then at the end of the page, she says, near the end, your wife called and you rushed to kick me out. The next page says, but I had a partner who thought about me and my needs before his. So she was in what was supposed to be a committed relationship while seeing a man who was married. Apparently, when he decided to stop seeing her, she says, I broke down and numbed my feelings in, let's say, Coca-Cola. This was all being written from a treatment facility that she was staying at, and she said, "I am here for sexual trauma plus loss." From what she wrote here, it looks like she may have had a bit of a sex addiction. Now, the reason that I bothered to point all of this out is because these are all common symptoms of someone who has gone through trauma. I have researched this a bit in the past due to the fact that I am a survivor of domestic violence myself, and I know how you can go a little bit crazy after that has happened. And that being said, this last part is the real kicker. On page 25 of her diary, Ashley wrote, "Hypersexualized at a young age. What is this due to? Was I molested? I think so. I can't remember specifics, but I do remember trauma." After a few details, she said, "I remember having sex with friends at a young age, and here's the most important part. Showers with my dad, probably not appropriate." Probably not. So there you have it. Those are some of the very important contents of what is said to be Ashley Biden's diary. And I just found it important to point out the story that is behind the distraction, in case anyone was not aware of it. I thought it was rather annoying and frustrating that one of the biggest stories I'd seen about this whole situation was about vilifying the people who sold the diary to Project Veritas when it has such important information in it about the man who is in the White House currently. So yeah, I just thought that everyone should be aware of what it says. Thanks for watching.
Thank you again so much for being here today. Since you liked the video enough to make it all the way to the end, don't forget to click the thumbs up and share with somebody else who would also find it interesting. Leave your comments below and we'll all have a conversation. And if you really enjoyed it, check out the description for several different ways that you can support what I do here. Have a wonderful night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time zone you are in. And I'll see you next time. Bye.